Good morning, y'all. Happy Thursday. Lauren, I think it's Thursday. Yeah, February 23rd. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Let me get to my live chat. Donald, good morning. Mike, knitting artisan, good morning. Mike, thanks so much for checking on Timothy. I appreciate that so much. He's about the same. He's not as sick as he was with the IBS, like feeling sick. Um, but the medicine, I'll just say this, the medicine still hasn't worked. All they did for him yesterday was press on his stomach, didn't x-ray him or anything. Of course, we went to urgent care, couldn't get in his doctor, and talked to him for about 2 minutes. Wrote him a prescription now for Miralax. Wrote a freaking prescription for Miralax, which is an over-the-counter medication. And Timothy took that for 2 or 3 years. It never really did help him. Just made him have to go to the bathroom too much. So we're going to get him in with the specialist because I'm extremely worried about him, guys. What is happening with his body is so not normal. So not normal. I cried yesterday because I'm scared he might have like colon cancer. What is that? Rectal cancer. Um, not being able incontinence with your bowels. You know, that's something that happens with old people. It shouldn't be happening with a 16-year-old. Ladybug, here. Come here. If you're going to bark, you're going to have to go inside. But anyways, I just fixed him some medicine up in a cup with some water. And he's in there drinking it. So hopefully today it starts to help him. And I wouldn't broadcast his business about IBS if Timothy wasn't very open about it with his peers and classmates. Everyone knows he has IBS because sometimes he just has to go to the bathroom at school, without asking. Yeah, please pray for him. I'm so worried, y'all. He's my only child. Super close with him. He's a titty baby. He's a mama's boy. A teat baby. But hopefully with a change of diet. Now, he's got to help himself a little bit, guys. And he's not been doing that. Such as I was giving his constipation medicine to him. And I was standing there watching him take it. And then later on, I found it discarded in the trash. Some hid on the desk and something. So he's got to take that medicine. He's got to drink water. And here's something else, guys. Y'all don't want to know what that child's blood pressure was yesterday? I've got the printout paper here. 140 over 90. And they never said nothing to him about that. 140 over 90. That's high. Doctor never said anything. What else? I think that's about it. But anyways, I didn't know if I was going to get to go live this morning or not. It was raining. I didn't get up till like 9:30 because I didn't have to get up and get him ready for school this morning. Or, wake him up. I don't have to get him ready. He's a big boy. Anyways, I'm just sitting on the porch and I thought we'd chit chat and look at some true crime. I hear that lady all the way down there on the phone. I'd hate to talk that loud. I can't stand loudmouth people, y'all. Where did my StreamYards go? Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I about closed everything out. Let me get Crime Online pulled up, and we're going to take a look at the true crime. Did y'all hear that about that Murdoch trial where a friend of the family actually found a part of Paul's skull left behind the coroners didn't take? Said the police didn't take it, but wouldn't that be left up to whoever who moved the body, like the coroners or whoever who done it? Amber alert. Tennessee investigators looking for missing teen who may be with criminal suspect boyfriend. We'll take a look at that since it's an Amber alert. And then we'll see what's going on with the Murdoch trial. I think Alex is getting ready to take the stand. So that'll be interesting to listen to. I may go back and listen to it on fast speed or something. Let me get these ads down. This looks like a woman to me, not a boy, but I mean, who knows? Maybe they're trans. Okay. Speaking of trans people, does anybody watch that I Am Jazz show on TLC? That little girl, she's noted that she was trans. Jazz, well, she's an adult. She's like, I guess 20 now, 18, 19, something like that. But ever since she was a little bitty thing, she knew that she was supposed to be a girl. They got a video of her they show sometimes on that show, and it's of her as a little girl outside, and she's like, I was born with a girl brain, but a boy body. It's an interesting show. How supportive her parents are of her. She's had the bottom surgery and everything, but that didn't solve her problems, guys. I think she thought that would make things a lot better, which it did help. Uh, but she still deals with a lot of depression, anxiety. She's not good with like one-on-one meetings, like with guys going out on a date and stuff. She feels awkward. I think she's been sheltered too much. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Lady, get over here, baby. Sit down. Okay, this is a pretty young girl. Authorities in Tennessee have issued an Amber Alert for a missing teen they believe to be with her 18-year-old boyfriend against her will. The Knoxville Police Department said 16-year-old Holly Piper was last seen at the Cookout fast food restaurant on Cumberland Avenue in Knoxville at about 3 a.m. on Monday. She's believed to have left with an 18-year-old William Dillon Usry, who has an extensive criminal history. There he is, little punk, scallywag. That history includes DUI, multiple counts of aggravated assault, evading arrest, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony from an incident in Oak Ridge, Knoxville police said. He has a court date on those charges, March 2nd, and it is believed that he is actively fleeing to avoid his court date and that he has possibly coerced Holly into leaving against her will. Maybe Holly left on her own free will. Maybe he didn't make her. Still, she's underage. Piper is described as 5'7", 125 pounds, black hair, hazel eyes. She has a septum piercing. Usry is described as 6'2", 175 pounds, brown hair, hazel eyes. The two are believed to be in a 1999 white Dodge Caravan with rust spots on the roof and Tennessee tag number BMM5038. Anyone with information should call Knoxville Police at 865-215-7165 or the TBI 1-800-TBI-FIND. Wow. Now, when she's about 30 years old, 10 years from now, she will regret this decision big time, more than likely. When you're a teenage girl, sometimes we go boy crazy. I know I did. And, you just choose the wrong ones and get involved with these bad boys and they lead you astray. Bad girls can lead good boys astray too. In Jazz's case, they took blood tests. Born as male, her mother dressed her as a girl since she was a child, was 9 years old. Oh, really, Donald? Really? I didn't know that. See, I always thought they made out like it was Jazz's decision. I do believe she was supposed to be born biologically a girl, and for some reason, she wasn't. I mean, her breasts, I guess that's from the hormones, they are freaking huge. I don't know how the girl carries them around, and she has not had any kind of breast surgery. Those are natural. They are freaking huge. She probably wears a triple E cup or something. Her boobs is bigger than mine than when I was pregnant. I like Jazz. Hey, NC Beauty, good morning. We're just chatting and looking at some true crime. I'm unprepared this morning. Let's see. I wanted to read about Alex. But first, I saw something interesting. Human foot that washed ashore a year ago belongs to a woman who disappeared in 2018. And this happened in Washington State. Says, hold on, let me click on it. We can look at her. So more than likely, I guess her body was dismembered. Anybody that could dismember a body, I mean, they're beyond crazy. They're like mad, you know, like somebody is completely mad, like freaking Michael Myers. Um, Hold on. All these freaking ads. Look how Google tracks me, guys. Look, there's Temu because I've been on there looking at stuff, and now here's a bunch of freaking ads for it. I don't like that tracking me around, freaking stalkers. That is pretty reef, though. Okay, it's a lovely looking lady. Washington state officials have identified a foot that washed ashore more than a year ago as belonging to a 68-year-old woman who disappeared in 2018. Of course, there's a bunch of names I'm not going to be able to pronounce. Claw, Clawlam, something other. County officials crowdfunded the $7,500 to pay for the DNA testing on the remains found inside a size 8 New Balance sneaker. Oh, it was found inside the sneaker that washed ashore near the mouth of the Elwha River in December 2021. On Tuesday, they announced the testing had identified the remains as Geraldine L. Smith, who disappeared from her home in Sequim in January 2018. Her husband located her car near the Elwha River Bridge, and search and rescue dogs tracked her scent to the middle of the bridge. Divers were not able to find her. Labs in Texas conducted the test and provided a list of possible family members to the Clallam County Sheriff's Office. I cannot say that word. Detectives obtained a sample from one of them, and the Texas lab confirmed a match. Information about the cause and manner of Smith's death was not made available. I guess her body could pulled apart during decomp and fish and turtles and stuff like that nibbling. More than 24 human feet in sneakers have washed up along the coast of the Salish Sea in Washington and the Canadian Providence of British Columbia since 2007. Goodness gracious, more than 24 human feet in their sneakers. Isn't that crazy? Well, I mean, maybe there's a serial killer up there or something. That's crazy. Prayers for her family. It's a sad case. I'm glad they're going to be getting some closure, but I tell you right now, they have more questions than answers. Like, what happened to her? She threw herself into the river? Did she drown? Did somebody else do it? Um, Let me get to my live chat here. I closed it out. I know it's so gross, Mike. Think about. I always feel extra bad for these families, victims' families that's been dismembered and stuff, because I just think to myself, how I can't imagine somebody doing that to my baby, my child. Oh, it would just enrage me. I don't know if I could. Hey, preschool granny, Cheryl D. I don't know if I could go in the courtroom with someone that had harmed my child. I mean, I would be wanting to kill them. She got cut by a saw? Probably, Donald. Probably. Reminds me of that case, the suitcase killer, Melanie McGuire. She was a fertility nurse. She's a married woman, having an affair with the fertility doctor, married with kids. Anyways, she drugged her husband, and then he passed out, and she shot him, and then she dismembered him. And I believe she took him to either, I think it was Virginia Beach, and dumped him out into the ocean. And he washed up. This girl was walking on the beach with her dog. There's a suitcase washed up on shore. She goes over and opens it up. There's part of a torso in there. There was like 3 different suitcases. They all eventually ended up washing up on shore. Of course, they tied her to the crime, and she was convicted. And there's a good movie on Lifetime about it. Very good movie. Let's look at the chat. She could have been eaten by a shark or another animal, and that's why there's only a foot ashore. Hey, Mike, good point. Because that is by the ocean. See, I didn't even think about that. Was it Virginia Beach, Donald? Melanie McGuire done that? That is a good movie. It's called this. If you want to look it up and watch it, it's called Suitcase Killer. Lifetime Movie Network. It's really good. I've watched it several different times. I just watched a good movie. I can't remember the name of this woman, but she was running a cult, a church cult, where it was a sin to, indulge in food too much. What was her name? Gwen Sham something. But anyway, she ran this cult church, and it's about dieting and stuff too. Anyways, she ended up getting rich and corrupt. I believe she was a nutritionist, and she gained, and she also had an eating disorder. But anyway, she started this program people could sign up for weight loss, and it involves God. And you just pray to God, take the hunger and stuff from you, and you'll lose weight that way. Anyways, people started buying into this. And before you know it, she started her own church. What was it she denounced? I believe Jesus. I can't remember, but the churches around her area were outraged. She started her own church, got really rich, it became a freaking cult. I mean, she was bossing these people around, threatening them. Like this one woman wanted to leave her husband. They was in the cult. They all lived in like the same neighborhoods and everything. And anyway, she threatened that woman. If you leave, you can't take the kids. I'm going to help your husband get lawyers, take your kids from you. I mean, it was a real cult. Anyways, her first husband got tired of her crap because she totally changed, once she got famous and rich. So she married this other guy, this young guy, and she bought him this big airplane for him to, like a smile jet, where they could, fly anywhere they wanted, and he crashed it. The guy that was selling them the plane, he told her, this is different from like a regular little plane flying this, but they wouldn't listen. But anyway, she crashed and died. Let me see if I can look up her name. I never even knowed about this cult. I can't remember her last name. I believe she was from Texas. Gwen Shamblin. Gwen Shamblin. Let me show y'all. Let me get on my laptop here. Show y'all who I'm talking about. It's a new Lifetime movie. True story. Let me share this. Reverend Jim Jones killed many people. I know. I still can't believe that happened. This is Gwen Shamblin. Real smile. Really, she had an eating disorder. Like her daughter had a baby, and the baby died right in its sleep. from Chit. And she told her daughter, well, you must have been sinning and not praying hard enough. And she's like, don't let on out in public. Like, act like that we've done something wrong that could reflect on my business in the church. Really went to her head. She thought she was freaking godlike. But anyway, she got killed in that plane crash, and her daughter has took over the church. Let me see what I can find. Gwen, hold on. She was American author, founder of the Christian Diet Program, the Way Down Workshop, founder of the Remnant Fellowship. She is the subject of the 2021 HBO Max docuseries, The Way Down, God, Greed, and the Cult of Gwen Shamblin. She earned an undergraduate degree in dietetics or something, a master's degree in food and nutrition with an emphasis in biochemistry from the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. She was a registered dietitian, consultant, and hold on, I gotta click more. Well, I've lost my place. I can't see where I was reading that. Biochemistry, okay. Dietitian, consultant, faculty member at Memphis State University for 5 years. She also worked in the city's Tennessee Department of Health for 5 years. She was raised in a Church of Christ family. She had 2 children and 7 grandchildren. So she began a weight control consulting practice in 1980. She had struggled with her weight in college. She counseled that genetics, metabolism, and behavior modification did not explain why some people were thin while others were overweight. Laura founded the Way Down Workshop, a weight loss program with no food restrictions, exercise regimens, weigh ins, or calorie counting in 1986. Some experts expressed concerns that the program eliminated exercise and guidance of food selection as recommended by the American Dietetic Association. I can't say that word. Laura developed Way Down Workshop while working on her master's degree at Memphis State University. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Hamlin founded the Remnant Fellowship in Franklin, Tennessee in 1999. The church building was completed in 2004 on 40 acres she purchased in Brentwood, Tennessee. Upon her death in 2021, it was found that Shamblin's will left none of her multi-million-dollar fortune to the church. She appeared on television programs, Current Affair, The View, Dateline, BBC, 2020, Larry King, The Early Show, Ladies Home Journal, Tyra Banks Show. Okay, so here's the accusations of abuse. Oh, I missed one of the main parts. Now, her church's name made headlines when 2 of her followers um, punished their child, like beat their child. I believe put them in like a trunk or something, and they died. And they got sentenced to life in prison. But, when asked why they done that, they said Gwen told them to. They went to her about their child being disobedient. And she made some kind of quote from the Bible and basically told them to beat it into it. It's crazy. It's a good movie, though. I didn't think I would like it at first because it didn't involve any murder or anything like that. But it's still about a cult. Hey, Damaris, good morning. Are you about an hour from there? So you know who I'm talking about, Knitting Artisan. Yeah, Lifetime just done a movie about her. I had no idea. I knew she died, but I didn't know that she died in a plane crash. In the movie, her husband is good looking, her second husband. But I actually thought the first husband was a really nice guy. See, to me, that's attractive. But to Gwen, that wasn't attractive because he was just like a normal person. He didn't buy into her cult stuff. And he was a little bit overweight. I wouldn't say overweight. He was just damn healthy. A healthy, normal person with a little bit of a belly. I was looking into Brentwood and Franklin areas for potential move. I don't know now. Don't move around the freaking cult. If you do, don't get involved with them. Don't go on their damn diet plan. Hey, there was another cult that, hey, Hibiscus, you're late. I'll give you a late slip. That I discovered by watching Deadly Women that is related to YouTube. It's called The Cult of Sherry Shriner. Sherry Shriner, let me look her up here. Well, I'm going to screen share and show you. She thinks that there's reptilian people here. They're shapeshifters. Like all the famous people, they're shapeshifters. They're reptilian. Well, anyways, there was this guy he was a young guy, online all the time, kind of like, I guess, socially awkward, but wasn't awkward online socializing, one of those people. He was involved in that cult. Okay, a new girl come into the community. They done YouTube live streams and everything. Anyway, he started talking to her, this older woman. Anyway, Sherry Shriner was close to this young man, and she warned him, hey, you shouldn't fool with that girl. There's something about her. Anyways, it was on Deadly Women because that woman ended up killing that young man. They ended up meeting up, saying they were in love, moving in together, and she eventually killed him. But what happened was he got kicked out of the cult because of his new girlfriend, even though he'd been in Sherry's cult for years. He got kicked out because she posted a video eating some raw meat just to get at Sherry Shriner. It was a back and forth feud on YouTube between them two. And so that caused like a lot of harassment for him and everything. But anyway, she eventually killed him. And then I think Sherry Shriner died. Ah, I dropped my mind. But they was talking about her cult because that young guy was a member of her cult and he was murdered. Let me see if I can find Sherry Shriner here. Yeah, right here the weirdo is. I mean, I'm sorry that she has passed away, but this woman was a freaking weirdo. So I heard that on Deadly Women, Sherry Shriner. So you know what I did? I went to YouTube and looked it up. I'll go back and watch that video again today. Okay. Right here. 30,000.9K subscribers. Hold on a minute, guys. I think Skylar wants out. No, baby. Come up. You want to come out? You want to go on the porch? Come on. Come on. Oh, my goodness. Skylar, come on. You got to pat her pudding, honey. Come on. Come on. Take your sweet time. My gosh, guys, my dogs are ruined. I mean, I really have to go in there and pat her pudding so she'd get down off the couch and come on. Okay, so Front versus China Gate. She just got all kinds of like weird videos. Let's see if she has any community posts. Streams. Videos. Let's see. Free Masonry is dead 5 years ago. She just got weird videos. Like this is a bunch of conspiracy videos. Let me look her up online here. That way I can give y'all the backstory. Sherry Shriner. I didn't know there was even a cult on YouTube. I'm sure there's all kinds of cults. Actually, some of these channels they have cult like traits. They really do. If you sit back and watch them, I can think of one right now. Well, there's this one NC's community name. That's like a cult, in my opinion. Oh, Noodle Mash too. Okay, the bizarre story of Sherry Shriner's YouTube cult and the inspired murder and the murder it inspired. Damn my ADHD. So there she is. That's the only picture. Now, even though Steve, I believe that guy's name was Steven. Yeah, Steven Mino. Um, he talked to her on the phone and stuff all the time. He was super close with her, one of her devoted followers, but he never knew what she looked like. He had never seen her face, just this older picture. Nobody's nobody's ever seen her. I tried to look up her obituary and I found this other woman. I don't know if it was her. Okay. It happened long before local authorities had ever heard of the name of online conspiracy theory guru Sherry Schreiner, and began with the desperate 911 call on July 15th, 2017. The boyfriend had a gun, said the woman on the other end. He told me to hold it here and press the trigger. Oh my God, he's dead. Pennsylvania police officers arrived at the Coolbaugh Township studio apartment of 32-year-old Stephen, uh, I think it's Manio, to find him dead on the floor with a bullet hole in his forehead. His 42-year-old girlfriend, Barbara Rogers, had shot him in the head. She claimed that Stephen wanted to die because an online cult had ruined his life. Excuse me. The couple had been loyal followers of Sherry Schreiner, who started espousing conspiracy theories online about an alien reptile cult in the 2000s. She started with a Facebook page, but eventually launched numerous websites and a radio station, then garnered over 20,000 YouTube subscribers, all devoted to exposing shape shifting politicians. Freaking weirdos. People call me a false prophet, said Schreiner. Out of every four humans, only one is real. We are at critical mass. As chronicled, can you believe somebody really believe that? As chronicled in the six-part Vice documentary series, The Devil You Know, Stephen wasn't even the first to take his own life as a result of Sherry's indoctrination. The self described messenger of the highest God had brainwashed her followers into believing in nefarious reptilians for years and even turned them against each other. Alien reptile called to Sherry Shriner. Sherry J. Shriner was born in Cleveland, Ohio in 1965. The self made conspiracy pundit attended Kent State University, where the National Guard shot and killed four unarmed students protesting the Vietnam War in 1970. She graduated with a degree in journalism, political science, and criminal justice in 1990. Well, she might have went to college, but she didn't have no freaking common sense. And that's what gets you through life, common sense. You don't got common sense, you're in bad shape. Here's what her website looks like. I have been to this website. Schreiner eventually came to believe in the notion of the New World Order. The conspiracy theory suggested that everyone from Queen Elizabeth II to Barack Obama were shape shifting lizards whose alien overlords were hell bent on world domination and had placed them in power to establish a one world government. Lord have mercy. And with YouTube and Facebook, Sherry found a massive reach for her bizarre theories. In addition to a litany of self published ebooks and YouTube videos, the self described servant, prophet, ambassador, daughter, and messenger of the Most High God launched more than 10 websites like thewatcherfiles.com or goneblaster.com, drawing in thousands of gullible devotees. God, man. There must be sense. We've been seeing it on a massive scale, said Schreiner in 2016. Celebrities, news announcers, even people in commercials, everybody you see on TV, about 90% is a clone or a synthetic ro, it says robot. I'm just going to say robot. One of her followers was Kelly Pinkley, whom Schreiner convinced at 19 years old not to waste the last days on Earth with college and to work as a transcriber for her aliens in the news radio show instead. Pingilly was told the only true God was, I can't say that word, and took routine trips to New York to protest the New World Order. Okay, so there was Stephen. Let me screen share this. See, I didn't know about this either. This is interesting. I'll finish reading this real quick. I'll show y'all Stephen. This was Stephen. And this is Barbara, the one that ended up shooting him and killing him. See, after, he was kicked out of that cult and stuff, they harassed him relentlessly, that whole cult did online. Caused a lot of problems between him and Barbara. Because she was the main problem why he got kicked out anyways. She ended up killing him. On December 28, 2012, Gilly was found dead from an overdose of 30 sleeping pills while wearing a Orgone pendant. Orgone was a pseudo-scientific I guess they say that. Shriner claimed could defeat clones and synthetic robotoids alike. After Gilly's death, Shriner sold replicas of her pendant online. Wow. Barbara Rogers, Shriner claimed Gilly had been murdered by a NATO death squad for believing in Yahoo or something, and urged her followers to stay vigilant in the fight against world domination. At that point, Stephen was still on board, but soon became fatally disillusioned with Sherry Shriner. So Stephen and Barbara were satisfied members of Sherry and Shriner's online following, but things soured when Barbara published a trivial Facebook post about enjoying raw meat, and Sherry Shriner began branding her as inhuman. She started posting. They was at war on Facebook and YouTube. She was telling people that Barbara was a reptilian. But Barbara, yeah, she posted that video of her eating, I believe it was liver, raw liver. She posted online just to get at Sherry because she knew Sherry would call her a reptilian. She was jealous of Sherry over Stephen because Sherry was kind of like, she became like a second mom to Stephen. So there's only certain types of people who crave the raw meat because they crave blood, said Shriner. Those with the vampire demon in them. Lord have mercy. Stephen became convinced that Sherry was a fraud and uploaded 5 videos between May 29th and July 1st, 2017, trying to expose her. Sherry and her loyalists essentially cast the couple out and continued to label Rogers as a vampire witch reptilian super soldier. On July 15, 2017, Stephen and Barbara went to a local bar, drank until 2 a.m. before returning to his apartment. He took Rogers out back to shoot his gun in the woods. When they went back inside, he asked her to shoot him in the head. That's what Barbara claimed. The Pocono Mountain Regional Police were called at 2:25 a.m., with officers finding a 45 caliber Glock near Stephen's body, a hole in his forehead. Barbara was taken to the Monroe County Jail, adamant Stephen had forced her to pull the trigger. Yeah, that was her story. That's what they said on Deadly Women. Rogers made contradictory claims. In custody, she admitted to shooting Stephen at his request, but said she didn't know the gun was loaded. She was offered a guilty plea for third-degree murder, which carried a sentence between 10 and 15 years, but turned it down. Meanwhile, Sherry Shriner claimed online that Rogers had morphed her huge teeth out and revealed her inhuman shape before killing Stephen. She said Stephen hated me because I warned him she was going to destroy him, and she did. He just couldn't believe she would do that. But there's one of her posts. They're trying to spin it that I'm responsible for Stephen's death. No, Barb is. I tried to protect him. I tried to warn him about Barbara Rogers, and he wouldn't listen to me. He thought I was insulting his wife when I was just trying to protect him from her. I knew what she was. He began to realize what I said about her was true, and that's why she killed him, to protect her lies and to keep her secret. They want to call me a cult leader. No, I'm just a humble servant and messenger of the Most High. I've spent my life serving him, and for that I get beat up by Cain's kids, it says liptards, witches, Satanists, haters everywhere. If you open your eyes, it's clear to see. She was involved with witchcraft and Satanism. Stephen didn't want to believe it. Now he's dead from her hands. Stephen wasn't suicidal. It was her plan all along to destroy him. So all the lies and garbage against me and others just needs to stop. Anyways, I believe she got life. I just wanted to share that with y'all. It's interesting because I had no idea that there was a reptilian cult on YouTube. I mean, I just never thought about it. Now I'm sitting and thinking about it, there's probably all kinds of cults. The Thompson station will be at the edges of the city creep. Spring Hill is fairly jam packed as well. Oh, oh, y'all were talking about Tennessee. Yeah, I hope Mike does get to move to Tennessee. Be closer to me. Maybe we can meet up in Pigeon Forge one day. Okay, guys. Okay, that's enough tree crab. I know I probably bored y'all with that, but I find things like that interesting. I discover a lot of interesting stories by watching Forensic Files and Deadly Women. Since I watched it on Deadly Women and it said YouTube, I was like, oh, interesting, interesting. We have a lot of Californians and Coloradians coming here. Oh, really? I was listening to Save Robbie's video yesterday. He mentioned it was snowing outside. He lives in Colorado. And it was like 70 some degrees here yesterday. Yes, in the Appalachian Mountains. 70 some degree. I feel like we're going to get another snow though. But spring is coming, guys. There's my flowers and my big half whiskey barrel thing out there, planter, are starting to bloom. Include you, knitting artisan, of course. We all need the people that's local, live around each other, not far. We should meet up in Pigeon Forge, rent a big chalet, or we don't even have to do that. We can rent hotel rooms. Don't even gotta be at the same hotel. I'm just saying, meet up. Go to the True Crime Museum, Pigeon Forge. They got Ted Bundy's Volkswagen there. They got a lot of stuff there. I believe they got Casey's clown suit. But anyway, and go to Parrot Mountain. It's on my bucket list to go to Parrot Mountain. I love birds. Stinking crows going on. You love it, Mike. Have you never been there? Oh, I love Dollywood. But see, I want to go during Christmas. I want to go when there's lights and stuff. Yeah, get a cabin. That's what I want to do. I want to stay in a cabin and I want to look outside and I want to see a black bear in my jacuzzi or hot tub, whatever it's called. Relaxing. I see videos like it on TikTok all the time. That happens down in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, all the time. People rent these cabins with hot tubs outside and they'll look outside and there'll be a bear in it. You know, people think bears hibernate during the winter. They may other places, but they don't hibernate all winter here. We just had a warning to be, where the weather was warm that bears was roaming around. Won't be long till my groundhogs are back out here. Never been there, Dollywood. It's on my list. They have a year-round Christmas themed hotel over there. Ooh, I love the Christmas store in Pigeon Forge. Love it. You got to go there. I mean, it just smells Christmassy. Everything in there is about Christmas. It's an awesome place. Oh, I had a black bear getting my trash on the deck one time. Yeah, I believe the bear was in my trash can the other night. Because raccoons, they can't get that lid open, but they'll just tear it open right there. The bear drags it over the hill. One time it dragged my whole damn trash can over the hill. Kid you not. Can we talk about the Sam Cooke case? He's killed in the hotel lobby. Yeah, I'll look into that. I know we discussed it one day on here and I looked it up. Yeah, we'll do that one day. I'm trying to get back on track. I was going to YouTube yesterday, but Timothy had to go to the doctor and stuff. So it always happens when I'm trying to get my schedule back on, something happens. But today I was like, I'm going to go out there and do a live stream because I'm trying to get back on track. If I'd have skipped today, then, I'd have skipped tomorrow. So I'm trying to get back on track. But anyways, guys, y'all have a great day. I'm going to get off here and go in here and grab me something to eat. I got to go to Walmart and get my medicine, my Cymbalta. I forgot to get it yesterday when I was at the pharmacy. I'm so doulas, y'all. I got distracted because they were telling me, She prescribed him like 3 little packets of Miralax, and then they was like, "Well, we don't have it. But we got a little bottle over there over the counter you can pay for," and I was like, "Okay, I'll just do that." And that she was trying to tell me where it was at, so I forgot about getting my own medicine. I enjoyed chatting too, Mike. Maybe it'll be more interesting tomorrow. I get back on schedule, then my normal people will be back in here every morning. Bye, Cece. Great topic today. I'm going to start back from the beginning. Oh, thank you, knitting artisan. Well, I just winged it as normal. I had no idea what I was going to talk about this morning. I just wanted to chit chat and look and see what was going on in the true crime with y'all. But anyways, have a great day. Be safe. Be kind. Peace. I will see y'all in the morning.